This is LT1C Part 4, Piecewise Functions. So recall that a function is a rule that takes in an input x and spits out the output y, but instead of using y, we want to think about it as f of x. But in terms of graphing, f of x really is equivalent to y. So a piecewise function is a function defined by multiple rules, and each applying to different parts of the domain. So here's what I mean by that. Consider the piecewise function h of x equals 2 when x is less than or equal to 1, and equal to x when x is greater than or 1. So in the top line, notice that this is a linear function. That is a constant function. And in the bottom, we have a linear function. So there's multiple rules here, and which one we use depends on what the value of x is. So these are the rules, but the rules that we use depend on what our x values are. So for example, consider x equals 1/2. So when x is equal to 1/2, which equation do we use? Well, since x equals to 1/2 is a number that is smaller than 1, we would use the red equation. Here's what this looks like graphically. I'm about to highlight the x value of 1/2. Now, this highlighted line running up and down are all the x values of 1/2. Note where it touches the graph. It touches the graph where I just highlighted. So what this means is, since x equals to 1/2, y is equal to 2. And that matches the expression that we have to the left. So a piecewise function really is just multiple equations, but depending on what the value of x is, the equation that we use changes. So let's go ahead and talk about exercise 1. Here I've provided you with a graph, and I'm asking you to evaluate based on the graph. So first of all, we'll do f of 2. So our x value is 2. So when x is 2, we can see that the graph has a y value of 4. So f of 2 equals 4. Okay, what about f of -5? Well, x value has -5 over to the left, and so we can see that it touches the graph at the y value of -3, and so f of -5 is equal to -3. F of 0, well, where is 0 on the graph? There's the x value of 0. So what is the y value? Well, it touches the graph at 0, 1. So f of 0 is 1. Okay. And then you can do the next 3 problems the same way. So go ahead and pause, try them on your own, and then I'll give you the answer. So we have f of 1/2 will be 1. F of -1 is still 1. And f of 3 is not on the map. Okay. Now for exercise 2, instead of giving you the graph, I have given you the piecewise function, and I'm asking you to evaluate using that. So I'm going to highlight the top equation in red and the bottom equation in blue. So we'll use the top equation whenever x is a number strictly smaller than 0. We'll use the bottom equation when x is equal to 0 or bigger. So for f of 0, this means that x is equal to 0. So is this going to be true for the top equation or for the bottom equation? Well, it's going to be true for the bottom equation because it's equal to 0, and that's what we have for the bottom equation. So is true for 4x plus 1. So we're going to use the 4x plus 1. So f of 0 equals 4 times 0 plus 1, which is equal to 0 plus 1, which is equal to 1. Okay, moving on to f of 2. So we have x equals 2. So this will be used for the second equation because 2 is true for the second set. So again, we have 4x plus 1, 4 times 2 plus 1, 8 plus 1, 9. And lastly, we have f of 3. So in this case, again, we're going to use the second equation because 3 is true for the second rule right there. So we have 4 times 3 plus 1 equals 12 plus 1, which is 13. So notice that we use the blue equation for all 3 examples. Not very interesting. So let's go ahead and make up a fourth one. F of negative 2. So in this case, negative 2 is not valid for the second equation because negative 2 is not bigger than 0. Negative 2 is smaller than 0, and so we use the equation in red. So when I'm saying when, I keep on referring to this set. You can think of this, the rule, as being what the value is, or what rule to use, and this set as when to use it. Okay, so this will be equal to negative 2 squared minus 1, which is equal to 4 minus 1, which is equal to 3. And that's it for part 4.